All right, guys, good afternoon and welcome back. All right, so in this video now, I want to show us how to cut the top, the Danshiki top for the kid. Now, by the end of this video, you will see or you will learn how to cut this Danshiki, how to fix the shoulder zip, and how to do everything you need to do on the sewing or the designing aspect of it. Now, before we proceed, I would like you to know that the measurement areas we need will be, of course, the shoulder measurement, which I showed us on the video on how to take the Danshiki measurement, the neck, and the top length. Now, you might not need the chest. You might not need the chest because Danshiki is always a free outfit. So having said that, now the first thing you will need to do is to open up your fabric this way and then fold something of this nature. Now, what is your guideline on the folding? Your guideline of the folding will be your customer's shoulder measurement divided by 2. Then you consider the person's sleeve length and then the foldings as well. So because of the fact that I showed us how to take the Danshiki measurement, of course, you apply your customer's Danshiki measurement on the shoulder. But should in case you did not measure the Danshiki, but you want to sew Danshiki for the boy, so what you will do is the shoulder measurement I have is 12. That's 11.5. 12. Now divide 12 by 6 by 4. Sorry, you have 6, right? Then consider the boy's sleeve length. Now the sleeve length for the boy short sleeve will be around 6 inches. Then consider the boy's folding of 1.5. So that is your guideline on how to get this. Let me say it again. I said if you want to make the Danshiki for the boy or for anybody, then if you did not measure the Danshiki by the way of the measurement, you can still derive it by adding these measurements together. The shoulder measurement by 2, the shoulder I have for my boy is 12. Divided by 2 is 6. So you have 6 inches here. Then extra, the sleeve length you add will be the sleeve length of the normal short sleeve measurement it should have been. So his sleeve length for short sleeve is 6 inches. So add extra 6 inches, right? So if your boy's own is 5, add 5. If it's 4, add 4. However, the sleeve length of the short sleeve is what you're going to add extra. Then plus extra 1.5 inch folding for that. Then you go. You have it in this form, right? So sorry about that. I was trying to message somebody. So having said that, now that is the measurements you are going to use, right? So after that, the next thing you will do now is to start putting the measurement for the top length and every other thing. All right, so now the boy's top length, I have normal top length is a top length of 20. Now this is the top length I have of 20, right? But then I am not going to apply the real 20 here. Now reasons being that I want to have a situation whereby I want to attach a band-like strand at the base of this Danshiki. Now that band, the stripes will no longer go from up to down, it will go in this other direction in order for you to have a perfect or a nice finish in here, right? So I will decide on the width of the band I want to remove. So I have decided to remove 2.5 inches or 3, depending on your choice. So 2.5 is okay for me. Then I'll push out 2.5 from my boy's top length, and then I will mark at 20, right? I will mark at 20. Then don't forget that as well, that you are going to join the band with 1/2 inch. Then you're still going to join again to the shoulder. So you add extra 1 to the 20, making it to be 21. Do you understand? Then after that, you extend your line properly as well. You extend your line properly as well in this form. Then having done this, now the next thing you will do now is to slope the armhole area. Now for Danshiki to have a nice fitting, I used to slope for kids 3.5 or 3 inches. For children, so I will slope by 3 inches for him because he's just a 4-year-old boy. So I will slope by 3 inches from the shoulder, from here, come down by 3 inches, right? Then go out through this way, right? And then the next thing you will do is to apply his armhole. The armhole depth I will use for him might be 6 inches, 6.5 inch, or 7. I will do it to be 6.5 this way. Then I will come out in this form. I will come in this form, and then optional, you might now decide to come in this form. Now the extent of your coming in, it depends on your customers or your boy's measurement as well. Then you make sure that your encroachment will not be inconveniencing him on the chest region, right? So let's just say 3 inches is okay or thereabout, and then you go down straight again, right? You go down straight again in that form. Now this slope will just slope to your choice. You can slope more than this or slope somehow, but it must be slopey here. 3 inches is okay, right? Then having seen this, now the next you will do now will be to cut the neck. Now the neck region you will cut will give you a perfect connection. Now the neck I have is a neckline of 11.5, so I will use a width of let's use 1.7 inches width this way by 2.2. Already I believe by now you must have known how to derive your neckline for measurements for the cutting, right? Then I will mark in this form, the same formula for our normal neckline. Use the armhole curve. So you take your armhole curve as well, and you connect in this form. So you're done marking the front. So I will cut out this and then show you how to go about the back cutting. So I have to up the light so that the chalk can show very well for you to see clearly what I'm doing. So you cut all through this way. You cut all through this way. Now this danshiki I'm doing now is not cut together with the back. It is a slit. It has a slit, right? It will have a join at the shoulder. I will show you guys how to do the joining. So you have to go all through this way and then cut. So I have gotten the front panel in this form. So this is how the front panel will look like. So I will show you as well how to cut the back. So to cut the back, all you need to do as well is to bring down the fabric this way and then place it as well on top this way. Place on top as well the same way we do a senator placement. Place on top as well. Then the next you will do as well is to make sure that you raise the back. Now the back raising will be equal raising. So since I used 3 inches to slant, I will raise the back 3 inches by 3. Raise it equally 3 inches by 3, right? Raise it equally 3 by 3, and then connect properly in this form. So after this, you also do the same neckline, slopey marking for the back, and then come down by 1 inch for the back neck depth. Then you mark with a curve this way, and then you connect. You cut from here. You cut from here, and then after this connection, now the next you will do is to make sure that you cut a bit wider than the back and front armhole in this form. But then this material folding gave me exact of what I was looking for. So you cut from here, right? Cut from here this way, and then cut all through that way. So I will make here to be 1/2 inch or 3/4 inch longer. I will just make the size, the down to be 3/4 inch longer, optional though. Then after this, you now fold the back panel this way to come in front. Now, when you fold this, you have this connection in this form, in this way, and then you now cross check if your neck of your back and front are corresponding. So if they are corresponding, you leave it that way. But if you have any encroachment, you trim it off before you proceed. So this is how to cut the front and back. So now the next thing you will do now is to cut the down part that will augment the length. So I told us that I removed 2.5 So all you do now is to measure this, and this is 10.5, that's 21. So I will need to place this stripe to go the other way around, this way, right? It will come in this form. So I will have to measure out 21 for one for the front panel, and as well 21 for the back. So I have it to be at 22, so which is okay for me. So since I had 2.5 inches deduction from the top length, then double it, that's 5 inches, then add half for the joining, it becomes 5.5, right? So just mark at 6 this way, so 6 inches. Then you cut it straight, you cut it in this form. Now note that the band can be an all right round band, or can have a joining at the sides. So however you want to do it is still okay, but I think we are going to do an all right round band from beginning to the end, so this way. So now this band will be folded in this form, right? So I will use hemming gum to hem it together in this way. Now it will be attached at the hem of this top of the danshiki, so it will have these effects here. As you can see how fine it is. So this is how you are going to achieve this stripe. It will be sewn from this angle, right, and sew to the back, and then end it at the end here, and then you lock it up again. So this is how this stripe will be used to design this danshiki. Then having done this, now the next thing we do as well is to determine if there will be any form of design that will be on the front panel. So if you want to have these V-like designs coming in, you can still go ahead and do it. Or if you want to have a block-like design, you can still go ahead and cut the stripes to have that block-like effect. Then how do you do it? It's advisable you use a plain fabric to cut out the size you want first, then slash it in that form you want, and then place it on the stripes to pull out the pattern of this pin, of the pin stripes, to give you that formation, right? Now bear in mind that you need to add ½ inch on the both ends of the slashing for you to be able to join and as well fold properly. Thank you guys for watching. Hope to see you in the cutting, in the gumming, and the fold and the sewing section as well. So this is for the danshiki for the boy. So we are also going to put zip at the shoulder, and I will show you guys how to go about that as well. Thank you guys for watching. See you in the next video.